Sup nerds, I'm CuppaJoey and welcome back to another episode of r/thathappened, where people will be telling some very true stories, normally where they are the hero in some way, or normally where somebody is just confirming, oh god, just the crap that they're saying people are confirming. Just have a look for yourself. My 3-year-old son was wearing a Beatles shirt at a playgroup. When another mum came up and asked condescendingly, "Do you even know who the Beatles are?" he replied, yeah, John Lennon, George Harrison, Ringo Starr and Paul McCartney. Zing! Good one. The most unbelievable part of this story is the idea of a mum just flat out walking up to a 3-year-old and just criticising them do you gatekeeping the Beatles to a freaking toddler? I don't think that the story of this is, look how smart my toddler is. If it actually did happen, it would be, who is this random mum going up and bullying toddlers for their fashion choices? Bet you can't name all members of Paw Patrol either, you freaking fake fascist. My English teacher wrote part of a poem I wrote on the board today, which honestly surprised me. She had the students guess who wrote it, and most of the answers were, the President, or Shakespeare. When my teacher revealed that it was I who wrote it, I received an applause. The best part of this is after Donald Trump became president. So it's it's either Donald Trump who has lots of words, I got loads of words, I've got the best words, and Shakespeare, because the thing is that he wrote in modern English, but it's, very early modern English, so a lot of it has been lost in translation. Not lost, but is lost when it's read, and it's not gonna look like the classic English. It's just, it's just so, I mean, if she says my English teacher, then I'm guessing she's a kid, so fair enough. Police officers have read it. What was the silliest thing you've heard from someone trying to avoid a ticket for speeding? Not a cop, but I told him I was in a rush to frick his wife, got body slammed and a DUI that night. And then, of course, r/that happened. The only way that, if this actually happened, if somebody said that and then they got body slammed and a DUI and all that stuff, and you were, recalling that, you would be really freaking embarrassed about it, right? There is no way that anybody would, read back on that and think, yeah, that was a genuinely, you're the -17 tap votes as well, I just noticed that. That was looking at controversial comments as well, so that makes sense. But yeah, just, if this actually happened, you would be really embarrassed about it. You wouldn't be boasting about it, so the fact that you would make that up and boast about it, it's even worse. Yesterday I was in Target and I saw my ex. Here is what went down in the candy aisle. X, you've gained weight. Me, you've gained confidence showing your face around here. X, what? Me, aren't you banned from Target? You previously punched a customer for the last Pop-Tart box on Black Wednesday. Security! Security guard, what seems to be the You! We told you to never come back here, grabs my ex. X, this is bollocks. Me and the security guard have been married for 3 years. Oh yes, that was a cherry on the cake. This read and played out like one of those distraction quests in one of those adventure games where, say, you've got to do something, so it's distract the guard and you got to wait for the voice of what seems to be the hey, you! This was very, stop right there, criminal scum! That's how it read. It didn't read remotely real. And then just boom, by the way, we've been married. It's always that kind of situation that somehow ends in love. It's just so ridiculous. If that's the case, why would you say the security guard? Why wouldn't you say that security guard is now my husband or something like that? I married the security guard. It just sounds so weird. One time, I sent my girl an 1111 text while another girl was laying in my bed after we had sex. Plot twist, turns out I sent it to the girl that was in my bed. It was awkward for a bit, but eventually went for round 2. Oh, it's just so cringe. It's just so cringe. It's yeah, I did this stuff. I was a total badass. And it's really toxic as well to boast about openly cheating or whatever. And then to be oh, well, it doesn't matter because she wanted to shag me again anyway. Like, life just so doesn't work like that. Life and relationships and, even intimacy doesn't freaking work like that. And it's so obvious that they've never experienced it from crap like this. I beat the crap out of a cop once for being an arsehole since he touched me. First he got arrested and I got off fine. And by got off fine, I don't just mean the pleasant absence of any charges or court dates. The female officers were quite pleased with my achievement of getting rid of him. Wink. Did everyone clap after? Okay, we get it, mate. You've got a fetish for police women. That's all I've got from this story. It's just so fake. It's just so fake. Apparently, like, a friend of my father, said that he got arrested, strip searched, and when they pulled his pants down, the female police officer said, "Wow," and it's just like that would never happen. It's just so unbelievable, and the fact that they're saying that, thinking that they are like, why would you try and tell guys like that? It's just so much cringe in this. I just walked into KFC and was social distancing when the manager came up to me and said how nice my ass is. I told him to leave me alone and that people like him are the cause of the plague and the riots. Everyone's like cheering for me and clapping. Guess who starts as KFC manager tomorrow? Oh, this can't be like a real that happened. This has to be somebody taking the piss. Like, I'm so sure that this is satire. Come on, like nobody would boast about becoming KFC manager that way. So this just happens at the butcher shop. Me. I'd like 2 of your best thick cut ribeyes, please. The butcher, while packing up 2 gorgeous steaks. Dinner in with the husband tonight? Me, smiling. These are both for me. The butcher, turning bright red, leans over the counter. I always dreamed of a woman like you would come into my shop one day, and throws in 4 slices of seasoned pork belly for free. Oh yeah, I got treated nice because I'm not like other girls. That's basically what this is. I'm not like other girls. I don't have salad and ice cream. I have ribeye steaks. And I'm such a cool girl that eats ribeye steaks, I got pork belly for free. Even though he doesn't know if I eat pork. Because, you're talking about freaking ribeye steaks and now suddenly you got pork belly? What if this was just a steak-loving, Jewish woman or something, who, or somebody that may be allergic to pork for whatever reason. That was a really bad idea. Like, at least give another of, like, what you're actually serving because you know that they like it. And, just that whole note, both of these steaks are for me. It's just so, Like, he noticed me because I'm not like other girls. He assumed it was for a man, because it's a manly thing, but it's for me, even though I'm a girl. Like, it's just freaking stop. Just forget the gendering of these hobbies or foods and just enjoy life for what it is. Before I got off the plane at Munich, I asked the air steward if I could have a word with the pilot. He gave me a knowing smile. And took me to the cockpit. Here's the conversation. Me, flying over the distance we've flown at the speed we've flown at. As a pilot, you have had to dip the nose of the plane at regular intervals to allow for the curvature of the Earth. Did you do that? Pilot, no, I don't. Me, so you just fly straight, no nose dipping at all? Pilot, correct. Me, so does that mean you're flying over a flat surface then? Pilot, yes. Me, so there's no curvature? Pilot, no curvature. Me, so if there's no curvature, that means the Earth is not a sphere. Pilot, correct, it's flat. Knowing smiles all around. Yes, this random fake anecdote is definitely proof that the Earth is flat, and not all of the flat earthers accidentally proving that the Earth is round with their experiments, which has been freaking hilarious. Like, it's been obvious since ancient freaking civilizations, mate. I love going to the doctors and he walks in and tells your 12-year-old to take your mask off, and how pointless they are. God, there are still some nice doctors out there. This never happened. Your doctor didn't do this. Or maybe if somebody did it, they were just impersonating a doctor, and yeah, the cheap healthcare you're getting isn't worth it, mate. I witnessed a saline abortion. I watched the baby through the ultrasound as the doctor injected saline solution into the uterus. Immediately, the baby recoiled in pain as the saline started burning its skin. I started crying and had to leave the room. Later, when the doctor reminded me for my reaction, I told her that the abortion was barbaric and that I would never help. Oh, God, like, no, you didn't see any of this stuff, and if you... there's no way that could have even been interpreted from how it works. What an absolutely awful person, like, making up this stuff to, like, limit people's freaking healthcare. If McDonald's Sprite was a person, it would be you. I didn't actually get this joke at first, and to be fair, I still don't get it because I've never had a Sprite at McDonald's in America. It pretty much tastes exactly the same. Sprite is just standard lemonade to me. Yeah, so I can't tell that. Well, actually, when I first read this, I thought that they meant Sprite as in, like, an RPG Sprite, like a little pixelated thing, and I was, like, trying to picture, like, the McDonald's logo, like, pixelated. Like, how is that an insult? What does that mean? You know, and then it was only afterwards I realised, oh, they mean the freaking lemonade. Oh, God. When I worked there, we ran out. So I decided to refill it with, well, nah. I was only 16 and thought maybe no one would be able to tell. A few people ordered it and said it tasted a little off. Then they checked the cameras every night, and I got fired, but they only poured the rest out. They never scrubbed it out. What? Just how freaking... What, again, this is one of those ones where it's like, why are you even lying about that? What are you trying to prove? What is this impressing? What? It's just so weird and freaking creepy and everything. And wrong as well. Like, I mean, I think the average sort of load of nut is, like, maybe, like, not even a spoonful. So you wouldn't be able to fill up a whole thing. And like, as if you would be able to, like, oh, don't worry, I'll just fill it up with nut. Like, as opposed to, say, water, at least you would water it down a bit first. And then the idea of, oh, yeah, I was caught, but I just got fired. Like, you would get done for serious sex offending. Or rather, sex offender charges. Sex offending just made it sound like a kind of RPG move, and I didn't mean to keep going along that route. But, like, that's a serious thing if it were true. Like, if it were true, it would cause so much issue, the idea of, oh, people thought it tasted a little off, but they were fine with drinking my nut and Sprite. Like, what the frick? And it also just makes you sound like an absolute creep. It doesn't make you sound cool or funny or interested or anything. It just makes you think, oh, what a gross little gremlin. On r/ask Reddit, bosses of Reddit, what's the craziest thing you've seen an employee do? I am the head of a large venture capitalist organisation. I have an employee of about 100 analysts in Manhattan, and we have about 12,000 square foot office that's always busy and bustling. I'm always at the office making sure everybody is doing analysis. Just generic analysis, doesn't matter what kind. Well, one weekend I thought I could trust my employees to manage themselves, but I was invited to speak at a public event in Atlanta, but it ended up getting cancelled due to the building it was supposed to be held in unexpectedly collapsing. Well, I headed back up to the office on Saturday, a day earlier than was expected. I take the elevator up to my floor, open the door to the office, and my employees were having a giant 100-person orgy all over the office. People hecking on the floor, hecking on the desks, in the bathrooms, closets, cubicles, you name it. I dropped what I was holding and everybody goes silent. One of the employees turned off all the lights like clockwork and the rest of them quickly closed the blinds and the room was pitch black. When the lights were turned back on, everybody was back neatly dressed typing and it's just no. Oh no, like you might have like just said no it is, but it is real. It's just, you know, very unlikely. But oh man. Everybody was back neatly typing away at their desks if nothing happened. A couple of the employees commented on how brief the power outage was. I haven't said anything about it, but they know I know. Oh, God, that's so cringe. And, oh dear, for the holy shit, that's insane guy down there. Like, oh man, you fell for it. Story time. So today I was in Starbucks and gave my name as Hermione Granger, and then when they called my drink, a handsome boy was staring at me, and when I was about to ask him why he was staring at me, they called his drink under the name Draco Malfoy. And then he walked away by me and said Mudblood, and then gave me his number and winked at the barista, started crying and said 10 points to Gryffindor and Slytherin, and gave us both 3 pastries. Oh no, it's a fanfic writer. This is clearly a fanfic writer that just had a oh what if kind of moment, and then it's like, oh, and that's how we ended up married. Like, oh no, this is just coffee shop AU. Come on, you can't recreate coffee shop AU and then just say that it's an actual thing that happened. It's just bollocks. Well, that's it for this episode of That Happened. I honestly find it quite difficult to find the gems within this subreddit because people tell lies that are just really unfunny and boring, and it's just they end up everywhere, you know? So if you enjoyed hearing from this subreddit or would like to hear from any other subreddits or would like me to explore anything else, then go ahead and let me know in the comments. I really appreciate hearing from you folks. If you would like to become part of the T-set, then all you need to do is hit that subscribe button, and if you give me a like, that will really help me out as well. If you want to help me out even further, you can become a Patreon for just £2 a month. Details of what you can unlock are available there. And until then folks, I will see you all next time.